If they do that, they're going to be, the Cougs will be very, 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 very tough to beat.
Wilson! Oh! And we are tied!
Let's go! Call the five slamma jammer.
And I don't ever let them forget where we come from.
Getting those phones out. Report me acting ignorant.
Down, Dean Connors. Found some daylight. Found the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Seventh heaven for Houston. The Cougars advance to their seventh Final Four.
Go Coogs! Let's go! It's so good! The dream remains alive for the Houston Cougars!
Welcome into another edition of Let's Rage Coogs presented by the Saxenian Family. We're coming off a final score of 70-67 in favor of the 6th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones over the 2nd-ranked Houston Cougars. Tough, hard-fought battle for Houston. Unfortunately, didn't come out the Cougars' way, but there's a lot to unpack despite the loss for U of H. A lot of good things, a lot of things they, ultimately ended in the loss they needed to clean up. And we start the week, a brutal stretch for Houston, and they begin it with a 3-point loss to Iowa State, a really, really good Iowa State team.
Houston came from ahead and lost. They were up 10, 63-53, and were outscored 17-4 the last 7 minutes. And missed 8 of the last 9 shots, and I think 7 of those misses were threes. And Kingston's pull-up 3 hit the side of the backboard, not pull-up 3, pull-up baseline jumper. They took too long to get the offense going. They didn't attack the basket enough. They didn't attack in the middle. You saw Coach tell Kingston he wanted to attack, he wanted to drive. Didn't do that. Then the final play at the end of the game, Kingston drove, beat Taman Lipsey, and still stumbled over his feet and fell onto the court and knocked it to Chris Sinak, and Chris airballed a short jump hook. So that's a brutal way to lose that game because they had control of it. But I'm going to say this right now, and I'm not big on blaming the refs. And I'm not blaming the refs. But that inadvertent whistle call against JoJo Tugler when he said JoJo kicked the ball and JoJo hit JoJo's hand. That's a steal for Houston.
Going the other way.
Momentum shift right there. No question. Yeah. No question.
Houston would have still been up 8.
No question, man. That's a big.
And instead, Iowa State hit a big 3 to cut it to 5. And, they rode the wave. But there's a lot of little things that happened after that ultimately resulted in the U of H loss. I mean, just look at essentially the final play of the game. On the 1-and-1 free throw, Houston can't get the offensive rebound. And that kind of iced it. From there, they only had less than 2 seconds to go full court with no timeouts. That being said, we're joined by Fluff McKiver. Fluff, how you doing on this Monday night?
Man, I could be better. I could be better. That's a tough one. We have some games this year where we like, man, we move on to the next one. And of course, we're going to do the same thing with this one. But this was a tough one because, like you guys said, we were in control. We were in control of the game, and we got to get a little more structure down the stretch. Not as far as who has the basketball, but as far as how we get it done. We're talking about the last play, but even with Sharp Court on the left wing, that was kind of like a dribble drive. We didn't have to hoist the 3 right there too.
Agreed.
So you know what I mean? Like it's so many plays down the stretch. When Sinak got the rebound, it almost was like at the end, it's almost like he panicked instead of really. He had another 2 steps to take.
Yeah, he rushed it.
Well,
But the missed free throw rebound by Lipsey, I mean, that's a big play right there. We got to grab
on
that.
the clock.
Yeah, we got to grab that. Then we got time to go tie. We got to grab that.
And the bounce was long, so the Cougs crashed in, and the ball bounced over their head. So that sucks. Emmanuel's picking up the fouls. He had it going and took
Had it
himself out of the
going.
game. Took himself out of the game, but he was too aggressive. He tried to jump an Iowa State screen and banged into Lipsy, and then the ref went back to check the monitor. Initial foul call was on Chase McCarty, even though it wasn't on Chase at all. And Emmanuel hit, who was it? Big man in the eye. So they changed that to Emmanuel. And then his fourth foul. He had it going. But
Yeah.
and the offense, the freshman each made a three, Kris and then Isaiah, with Emmanuel out. But the longer Emmanuel was on the bench, the offense bogged down and the struggles
I
really
think
kicked in.
Isaiah taking a little too many threes.
No, agreed. You need to get into the
No,
paint and
no,
pull up mid-range. Yeah.
Way too many threes, man.
Yeah.
it's like before we get going, I mean we are going. Big shout out to Mercy Miller, not just for the dunk, but the how in tune he was when he got in the game. His mentality when he got in the game, he went coast to coast. Mr. Lamb got back, still closed out. I think we got to really look at, and I know we've been talking about it, but we about to get ready to go down the stretch. We really got to think of. We had these type of talks last year about a couple players. We got to really start thinking about what's going to be our rotation that's going to make us national champions.
Right, and just call a spade a spade. Terrence got those minutes last year, and he was a waste. I gotta say, he ain't with us now. Much love to you,
You
Terrence.
know, always a cool, always,
I was
oh,
a cool guy. Yeah,
once a cool, always a cool. But I get what you're saying. I know,
but
you
Terrence,
know, I'm just
bro,
saying. But
last year you ain't produced with the minutes you had, and
that's
right now,
21 minutes. That's 21 minutes that, or
mhm,
whatever, 24 minutes, whatever it is. That's accounted for, and you ain't really getting it done. That kid needs like 7 more minutes a game. Because as we see, once he's out there for a while, he is very comfortable. Um, and I know that's not a big part of the game, but it is in a sense of, we could be in better position at the end of the game and still end with our five. Because at the end of the day, we're probably going to end with our five. But we got to really look at that. But like we talk about, which is a deeper thing, we just don't know the logistics on everything as far as NIL and you know this thing is pro basketball now. This is not just work hard, you play hard, you get in. You know what I'm saying? This is this is roster. This is how it goes. So it's just something we sit back and we look at and see how it plays out.
But also Milos missed the front of 1-and-1. So he
Yeah.
didn't take
Yeah,
advantage of Iowa State missing free throws.
yeah,
So if he'd have made the free throws, Coogs up 4. And this is a whole different thing. So
true.
he didn't come through down the stretch. Different guys didn't come through down the stretch. Kingston at times waved off, did a great job controlling it, say, no, I don't want the screen and all that kind of stuff, and attack.
I like the play he made when it was three set up in the box.
But
It
other
was
times
three
he
on the
took too
box on
long
the
to
left
do
side,
something.
and he went right and he ditched that thing to Sacco for the dunk.
But a lot, each of them, Malo took too long sometimes to get the offense going down the stretch. Kingston as well.
We'll talk about that later, D.
Giving Isaiah that grenade with 2 seconds left on the shot clock from Milo's pass
Yeah,
to Isaiah.
that was
What's he gonna
he
do with
was
that?
setting up for failure in that one.
I mean,
He set up Harwell for failure on
We'll
that one.
talk about it now. I mean, I think Ooze just doesn't have go-to moves
Well, and
sometimes.
he couldn't get past the
Kelvin
defender.
has
That's
said
why he had
that.
to pass it off.
Yeah, Kelvin has said that he can't. He struggles to beat. He's not quick enough. He's not an elite athlete to beat guys off the dribble. Okay, but I'd rather have him do a pull up jumper than toss the ball to a teammate with a second left on the shot clock.
That's
What's he
not
gonna?
making shots.
Yeah, all of that. He could have done better with taking a shot himself.
Every kick is not a good. They say
Yes, correct.
driving kick. I tell kids on my team this. I told a kid the other day, they little kids. I told him the other day, how many jumpers you seen him make? I won't say the kid name. I said, how many jumpers have you seen him make this week? The
Well, we can
kid
put it
said
like this too.
0. So it's like
But
every kick ain't a good kick.
to everybody's saying this, everybody's thinking it, and we all know it. Watched enough basketball over the years, son. There's a reason why you're left open. Okay. For a while earlier, a few weeks ago, we were high on Ramon Walker, knocking down threes. Ramon is like 1 for his last 10 from 3.
Hey, Chris,
So opponents are like, Ramon,
easy
go
on
and
the
take that
we.
shot.
Easy, you my brother. I love you, man. But easy on the we.
Yeah, Fluff tough on the number 3.
You ain't wearing the jersey right now.
Nah, my son came. I'm just saying my son came. We watched the game start to finish. My son hit me. I done let it go. My son said, Dad, he got that 3, man. Dang.
But Ramon
But
picked up 3 fouls in
forget
the
that.
first
I'm
half.
just saying,
Yeah.
I never thought that Ramon was a shooter.
No, that's not his role.
It's not his role, but that's what I'm saying. He's been left open
For a
and he's
reason.
still taking them. He's 1 for his last 10. And if I went back further to check, he's like 27% for the season. So pass the ball, Ramon. Swing it around.
Man,
Isaiah. Isaiah.
No, that's on Go. That's on Go Samson. That's on Go Samson. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will say,
What is?
The rotations. He's the man in charge. We all watching the same thing. I know he see him every day, practice like he say. Okay, coach, you got us on that. But we watch every single game too. And it's consistent what they producing. Particularly these 2 players who we talking about. When you got another player who's in the minutes that he's
Yeah, that's true. That's too.
We got an echo somewhere.
thing is on Fluff's
Is it
talk
me?
real quick.
Well, Mercy's
Oh,
not
no,
taking
sorry.
Ramon's minutes.
Good Fluff. No, it's not Ramon. And granted, Ramon took 1 shot today. Ramon Walker's not the problem.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying, what D is saying is that, and what I was saying a couple minutes ago is that basketball is a rhythm sport. So if a guy don't really know when he getting in, or he sees guys playing a little more, like McCarty, Walker. So you're saying in a real game, I mean, in a totality of a game, that's on an average, that's about what, 14 minutes?
What, combined?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, so if that's 14 minutes, Chris, and let's say Mercy's averaging what, 8 minutes a game, 9 minutes?
If that.
If you combine that, now you have 20 minutes for Mercy. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. I'm not
So
as
I
high
just
on
think that
Mercy
he
as
would be
y'all
more
are.
productive than
Okay.
both of
I
those
like to see Mercy
guys.
take the shots Isaiah took. Sure. Isaiah did not take those threes he took tonight. He could have passed the ball. He could have attacked the basket. He could have done a whole lot of other things. He
Only
didn't.
reason I agree with you, Chris. Only reason I'm not bringing up Isaiah is because that's non-negotiable.
What you mean?
Isaiah minutes is non-negotiable. It's already been, you know how it goes with Isaiah. He's a McDonald All-American. He's gonna play.
I disagree. I don't think it's
No,
simple.
no, Chris. I agree to
talking
disagree
about
with
this.
you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm saying that no matter how much he makes or miss, he's gonna play. That's what I'm saying.
But
Isaiah
I'm
is.
saying I disagree.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I got you. But that's
What we've seen all season.
yeah.
But also,
We all agree. We all
no. But
we
who's
all
to
agree.
say?
We're just all saying it a different way.
But who's to say
Everyone in
If
the comments.
Mercy wouldn't have picked up that foul late in the first half, that bad foul, he would have got more minutes in the second half.
True. That's a good point.
But also, the bottom line is this: Isaiah would not have played that much in the second half if Emmanuel
didn't get the foul. Yeah, that's the killer ultimately.
That's the ultimate. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, because
And the third one that he got was so silly. I could have slammed him. The third one he got when the guy came and he tried to get him. What he tried to like hit him from the side or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you a wild.
So I mean, he's the team leader. He cannot take himself out of games like that. He can't do that. And he had it going.
He had it going.
So that's a senior. That's a fifth-year player. That's the issue. He can't do that. They had this game. Iowa State came back. Iowa State missed their first 9 threes in the second half. Made 3 of the last 4. Give them credit for that too.
Yeah.
But the Cougs offense just became 3-point dependent down the stretch rather than attacking the basket, rather than penetrating and kicking out. Something besides jacking up a 3 with the shot clock winding down. Those are bad threes they took.
It's true.
And yes, you want to give Iowa State credit. We give credit to the opponent. But you have to also, like we're all saying, call like it is with the offense. The offense bogged down. They got staggered, and it's
one
stuck.
for our last 9. Something like that.
There's some people in the comments that are saying they wish that Emmanuel Sharp would have gone in the game sooner because he had 3 fouls until he came back in right under the 4-minute mark. That's when the moment
he had 4 fouls. That foul that was initially called on Chris Sinak was Emmanuel's foul. That was his 4th foul.
Yeah. So he had 4 until he came in underneath the 4-minute timeout.
Yeah, that's why he sat down so long because he had the 4th foul.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That changes a lot of things.
Oh, Aldridge, we touched on it. That kick ball that wasn't a kick ball, that changed the momentum.
Yeah, rest.
Inadvertent whistle.
I don't want to go all the way back, but I'm petty because I'm a cool. I don't want to go all the way back, but I can go all the way back to the first half with that non-charge call that they called on
Ramon was in position.
I think that was wrong. Ramon.
Yep.
That was definitely a charge. I mean, that was even Fran Fraschilla said, they got the new rules where you get to pick the ball up and you have, I guess some wiggle room, but that's a charge. You know what I mean? But we got to understand when we on the road, we got to tell ourselves that we almost have to win by 20. We have to be like, we got to go in here and win by 20 because if it's between us and the refs, they're a respected team. They're not us, but they're a respected, team and university too. They're going to get some calls that are questionable. They're going to get them.
That's part of the home court advantage.
Yeah.
Get that as well. That's part of it. But and his freshman Chris Sinak was on the boards in second half. He was just getting everything there for a while.
He's a monster on the boards.
He finished with 12 rebounds for the game.
Yeah, 10 in the second half.
10 of those rebounds came in the second half, which is absurd. He was phenomenal.
Emmanuel played 25 minutes. He usually plays 35.
We're getting to check Terrence out tomorrow. ESPN 2, North Carolina State versus North Carolina.
Emmanuel had 4 fouls in the second half, 3 3-point attempts in 8 minutes. He played 8 minutes in the second half.
That's crazy.
What a difference, Chris. Like you said, for first half, 16 points, 4-7 from the field. Has it going. Second half, scoreless, 0 for 4. And picked up 4 personal fouls in the second half. That's just, you can't.
And Emmanuel has to understand, even with the scouts, they're watching. They're watching.
That.
They're watching, the IQ of everything. He has to really lock in to those situations of getting in foul trouble because I mean it's like the fourth or fifth game with that.
Yes, the team was a -3 with him on the bench. In those 8 minutes, they were -3. They were plus 15 with him on the floor in the first half. So as the leader, as the culture warrior that Fran Michelle said a lot about him, he cannot take himself out of ball games. And those fouls he committed, those were fouls.
Those are fouls.
Those are not, well, the refs, no,
Nah.
those are fouls. But, Iowa State, they did enough to win. Houston, when Houston was up 10, I was like, wow, this may be one of the best wins of the season.
Yeah.
Offense bogged down.
Yeah.
But bounce back Saturday. They're still in first place ahead of Iowa State.
Yeah.
Glad they can't finish in the tie with Iowa
They
State
have a
because
game lead.
one game, head-to-head matchup this
We
season.
got to get this one on Saturday though.
And we'll see if Joel Pete plays because he's got a lower leg, lower body injury, which we won't know about till probably tomorrow with the injury report. But positives, but some negatives as well. Things to work on, things to get rid of. Only 7 turnovers. Iowa State only had 3 turnovers the whole game, just 1 in the second half. The Cougs won the boards. The Cougs were just killing them on the boards in the second half for much of the second half.
That's the reason they built their 10-point lead.
But what happened down the stretch when they missed free throw?
Couldn't get the offensive.
Didn't get it.
You couldn't get the defensive rebound.
Yep, didn't get it. So all those little things add up to the 3-point road loss at Iowa State. Cougs still in good position. Win. Beat Arizona at home Saturday. Still in first place. Sky isn't falling. It's disappointing. And the way they lost, because they were up 10 on the road. But to not finish the deal, that's the biggest disappointment.
Kris, hold that thought for a second. I'd like to thank everybody that's joining us on this Monday night. We got a good live audience here joining us for this edition of Let's Rage Cougs. If you are new to the show, we do this after each and every single men's basketball game. So we'll be back on Saturday afternoon/evening to talk all about Houston, Arizona, live from the Fertitta Center. So if you are new, come back on Saturday and join us for everything that happens between the Cougars and Wildcats. This is Let's Rage Cougs presented by the Saxenian Family. Big thank you to Steve Saxenian for being the primary sponsor on this edition of Let's Rage Cougs. Big thank you to our secondary sponsor in Star Pizza Houston, with multiple locations throughout the Houston area. Star Pizza is your go-to spot before or after the game. Check them out online at starpizza.net and their social media platforms: Star Pizza HOU on X, Star Pizza Houston, Texas on Instagram. Looking at a lot of these comments, this is very interesting. I want to put up two. One, the aircraft, he's kind of the half glass full person so far in the comments. He thinks this loss is a really good experience. Similar to the Texas Tech loss, U of H isn't infallible, but he thinks his experience for this new team he thinks the actual experience is invaluable. That's why coach played 11 guys. And ultimately, both freshmen and Chris Sinak, even Harbaugh, he got shots. He's open. You got to take those shots. He made one of them, but he missed a lot of the others. And Kingston Fleming's down the stretch. He turned that corner and just slipped. So hopefully,
that was a floater, man.
Yeah, that was a time bucket right there, man. Yeah,
hopefully it's a good learning experience once they get down the stretch in a similar situation. And shoot, if they find themselves ultimately, if they find themselves in the same situation in March, come April, and they're able to execute then, we won't be talking about this come then. So hopefully it is a really, really good learning experience from U of H as a whole.
Good point, Crabtree, because when you think about it, those same two young guys that we have probably will end up making that big play next time. So it's a great point. It's a
I mean,
great
I
point.
was glad to see Coach play 11 guys. I was shocked. Play 11 guys, really. You know, and with Emmanuel on the bench with foul trouble, he played some of those youngsters down the stretch. But also, those youngsters, the offense bogged down and got stagnant down the stretch too.
I'm trying to figure out how Iowa State won all these games with 3 players shooting under 65% from the free throw line.
I mean, they shot 50% at the team tonight,
That's amazing.
and they won the game. But different things. But I will say this: I was surprised how many times Houston ran high screens, because that just invited Iowa State to trap it, double it, whatever, and make them.
Yeah, we got to get some action initially and
Yeah.
then get into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe, throw it to the top on transition, swing it to that side, pick and roll. Down screen, coming to get it, pick and roll. You know
That's
what
part
I
of the
mean?
reason
So,
UH's offense really stagnated down the stretch. Milo's and Kingston, every time they tried to take that ball screen, Iowa State was coming hard on trapping them.
I wish they would have scrapped the ball screen. Forget it.
Especially if you give the ball, put the ball in Kingston Fleming's hands, let him direct he down the stretch. Like he got who was it? He got Khalif. He got Sacco
with the
open
dunk.
dunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by orchestrating. He orchestrated everything. Told Chris and I go opposite and drove. Defense collapse. Found Sacco and that was a big dunk. They should have. Hindsight's 2020, right? But if you have more plays like that, they're coming away with a victory for Ames, Iowa, instead of the loss.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of things we can point at, pick at. They were up 10 on the road, didn't close the deal. The offense needs to improve. But one huge factor in the offense's struggles was Emmanuel Sharp was sitting his ass on the bench because he was in foul trouble.
we were 12 for 34 from 3 today.
And missed probably 8, the last 8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were hot from 3 until down the stretch, closing out.
And only thing that about this game right here is it's gonna see, they're saying UConn maintains number 1 seed following Houston's loss. So that's another reason why when I got out here, that was on my mind more than anything. It's like, dang, do we get that? Do we still have a shot at that number 1 seed?
The bigger question is just getting the games at Toyota Center. So that's still very much within a possibility. Playing the Sweet 16, Elite 8. Even if UConn is the 1 seed in the South, Houston could be 2 seed. That's fine. Whatever. Houston can still win Saturday. Houston can win in Kansas. Okay? They can do that. They got to play better than they did tonight down the stretch. But they can beat Kansas. They can win in Fog Allen.
I think Iowa State's better than Kansas.
Agree.
Yeah.
One reason why I'm saying Houston can't win, they could beat Kansas.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think they're a better team.
But, Saturday's game, we talked about Houston had 15 turnovers. They only had 7 tonight. So, that the 15 was uncharacteristic. We all agreed on that. Again, they were up 10 on the road against the 6th-ranked team in the country, but didn't seal the deal for a lot of different reasons.
Still got Arizona as a 1 seed, though.
Of course.
And to your point, Fluff, I think Houston still controls his own destiny. If they win the Big 12, they'll be a 1 seed.
Right.
What is this? A road win at Purdue? What does that mean? And ISU was just a home merchant? What? I don't know what that.
And that's a comment to somebody, someone in the comment section earlier. I think they called Iowa State like really, really good at home, and then they like.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
We called them an unranked team on the road. So
but that's in the Big 12. Their losses have been in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's also part of it in the Big 12. But Iowa State's road win at Purdue was impressive, very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The little guy from Iowa State broke my heart, man. I was a fan of his. And when they flashed it and Junior pointed it out to me that he shoots 65% from the free throw line. I did not read that off of him.
Tamer Lipsey, the point guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That hurt me.
You know, Blake Buchanan's a poor free throw shooter. Free throw shooting might cost them in the tournament.
I was thinking that. Big boy at 46%. Like, come on. And that's another reason why we didn't capitalize, too, because, like D said, when they missed that first one-on-one on the front end, we get that rebound. We got 4.5 on the clock.
Yep.
And I think we have one timeout left.
No
timeouts.
No timeouts left?
Missed free throws before then, too, though. We missed a couple.
Yeah, Milos missed them.
Milos missed 2 tonight.
Yeah, so, I mean.
Yeah, that one-on-one was crucial. I mean, that one-on-one was crucial that he missed earlier before that.
Half. Yeah, right before halftime.
We let this one slip away.
Yeah, you know, JoJo missing free throws. He was 0 for 2. 3 guys took free throws for Houston. Houston was 7 for 11. Iowa State was 11 for 22 and 2 for 7 in the second half. Now, the last miss by Joshua probably was on kind of intentional because
2
1
seconds
second left. Houston have a timeout. You know, a prayer was very unlikely to go in. But a lot of different things. It's just, you know, Mercy missing that steal and layup attempt at the rim, left it short. A lot of different things Houston didn't do well. And just they didn't close the deal. You know, usually this season, this is only lost 3?
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually this season, Houston has found ways to win. Tonight, they didn't find a way to win. I would say they didn't play well, but they did enough to win those clutch threes down the stretch, getting rebounds down the stretch that Houston, for most of the second half, was owning the boards until down the stretch. You know, Heisey and Bateman. Fluff, you said Saturday you want to see if Bateman can make threes Monday, and he did.
Jeez. I sure did say that. He made them.
Yeah. Arizona, half game lead over Houston, but like I said, Koa Pete's injury status, we might know more tomorrow because he may be, you don't know how serious the injury is to him. But it's just the way Houston lost is disappointing because they had a 10-point lead on the road.
On the road.
7 minutes ago and didn't close the deal. So from an Iowa State perspective, great comeback by the Cyclones. From a Coug perspective, let the game slip away. But life in the Big 12, still best conference in basketball, in our opinion. Got 5 games left in regular season before the tournament, the Big 12 tournament, and then the NCAA tournament. And, you know, Momcilovic only had 8 points. Lipsey had 9. And he I know someone commented earlier, but one of his drives in the first half, he big boyed Tugler. Mm-hmm. I mean, he drove, banged into JoJo. JoJo bounced off.
He's a tough kid.
You know, yeah.
Tough kid.
But different guys for Iowa State. Heisey stepped up, scored 11.
Man, that one he hit in the corner.
He hit the big 3, yeah. He hit the big 3 to put them back up, too.
When he shot it, I said, no way. Man,
You know, it was a great pass. He had a clutch bucket too.
I thought Kingston did a good job on that rotation. He just made the
He
shot.
was just a little bit late, but I don't think he would have got any. Like half a second late. But we'll see him not get bullied in the NBA when he leaves. He's not when he leaves. He's what, 18, 19 years old. Yeah, going to be playing against grown men. Yeah, he's going to get bullied. But he's going to get paid while getting bullied.
that's right.
Well, he develops too.
He'll get stronger in the NBA.
Yeah, the best basketball for Kris Gardner is not going to happen at any point this year. The best basketball is way ahead of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Fran Fraschilla basically co-signed our young boys. He just keeps saying June 24th, they're going to get that money.
Yep.
That's it. You know, when he starts talking like that, you kind of this is when a commentator is talking, a lot of times we think that it's just they're talking from what they think emotionally or individually. A lot of time the commentator is talking from already talking to NBA scouts, general managers, and teams about what they really think about these players. And that's what makes them throw the hype behind the players, not just what they think, even though it's pretty close to, what the quote unquote experts are saying about those kids.
Kris Gardner took 5 threes and 3 twos. I don't like that.
Right.
And the last 2 he took, he rushed the jump hook in the paint when the ball landed in his hand, basically, because Kingston was falling down and tapped it to him. So he had the one dunk, and then I'm not sure what the other 2 point shot he missed, but the rest were threes. Where's his mid-range shots that Dayon preaches about? Want to see him mid-range.
Yeah.
Get more shots off the curl, stuff like that. Let's see. Coogs took 34 threes and 23 twos. They were 12 for 23 from 2, 12 for 34 from 3.
That's called settling.
Personally, I don't like that ratio. That's giving Iowa State too much credit. That's letting the defense dictate your shots you get. I don't like that. Want you to be aggressive offensively.
In the second half, they only took 14 twos, 18 threes. Be curious to see how many came down the stretch, how many threes they took down the stretch.
They took 8 down the stretch.
Compared to how many twos?
1. That 1-2 they took was that one that Kingston stepped into and shot off the backboard. Side of the backboard. That brick. So
and then the Gardner.
And the air ball. So it's 2.
Yeah. Damn.
So they didn't get good shots. The last good shot they had was Kingston's pull-up jumper in the paint to go up 1. But we think Kingston would have got off a good shot to tie it.
Man,
if he didn't fall down.
Yeah, he was going to make that.
So, yeah. And what is this? I don't want to mess up your name. The last comment, Iowa State fan here. Thank you for joining the conversation. Now, we have a few Iowa State fans here on the show. Appreciate that. Thank you. And we'll be doing these shows in Kansas City at Hilton South. But yeah, I thought about some of that Hilton magic down the stretch. The missed free throw bounced over the Cougs' heads. Just
might be setting us up for bigger things.
Kingston falling down, in the paint. Just like, damn. But and Houston relying too much on freshmen. Almost all the top teams relying on freshmen. It's the year of the freshmen.
Yeah, I don't know about that comment. Easter Bend,
Camarillo. Houston, freshman. Arizona, freshman.
Freshmen are the best players for UH.
BYU, freshman.
Right.
Illinois, best player is a freshman.
Yeah.
But, it's frustrating that Houston did not win this game.
Yeah, we let it slip away.
Let it slip away. got to bounce back and get the dub on Saturday on ABC against Arizona.
At home, we're gonna be tough to beat. Crowd gonna be rocking, biggest crowd I'm sure this season.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, and let's say it, I think Mr. Big Texaco has been highly critical of it. But hopefully Saturday, Emmanuel won't foul out like he had 2 straight games.
Mm-hmm.
We were critical of JoJo in foul trouble. Well, Emmanuel been in foul trouble last few games. He has to keep himself on the floor. He is that important to this team, offensively and defensively. He's got to be smarter.
Talking about that game on Saturday, Chris, is going to be a 2 p.m. Central Time tip-off. It's going to be on ABC, so it's going to be arguably the largest audience that Houston's in front of. Certainly going to be a primetime setting. Before Houston and Arizona meet, the Wildcats have to play BYU on Wednesday night, so it'll be interesting to see how Arizona responds after dropping back-to-back games to Kansas and Texas Tech at home against BYU. But I'm curious to see how Houston comes out in that game too, because now they had the quick turnaround Saturday to Monday. Now they have an extended really time to prepare for Arizona, and you just know those practices are going to be intense leading up to that game against Arizona after the way the game turned out in Iowa.
Especially after that Lipsy rebound. You think they finna be
They
rebounding?
practicing tomorrow, and they going shell off the ground, off the board. Box out, best man, go and get it. What you want to do?
Yeah.
Get out. You don't want to do it, leave. Oh man, that's going down tomorrow, bro. Off the plane.
I think it might be right now in the hotel.
John telling, hey, man, listen. John telling them boys, don't start saying you can't go tomorrow. You better be ready to go tomorrow. If you wasn't ready to go no other day, young fella, be ready to go tomorrow. I'm telling you. Because if we get it with 4.5, we push it. Oh, we might. And knowing Kingston, I think he's taking 3.
Mm-hmm. A lot of time.
He's stepping back, taking that little 3.
I think it's Crabtree. He typed it. He didn't type the first part of it, but Iowa State 12 zip points off turnovers.
Yeah, they only had 3 turnovers. We got to take care of the ball.
Only had 3 turnovers, and Houston didn't get a point off any of those 3. 12-7 second chance points for the Cougs. So, different things hurt the Cougs, and they did not get the win. So, yeah, it is disappointing how it happened, how it looked down the stretch. Too many threes, not enough touches, not enough paint touches on drives or anything. And I'm just, folks who are old school and saying a low post presence, this team doesn't have it.
They're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it this year.
Season.
Yeah, we got to get over that. Next year
let that
we'll
go. That's not going to happen. Okay? The closest thing that Houston's going to get to that is a mid-range jumper. Kingston pull-up shot, or maybe Kris at a face-up shot. I don't see more of that. That's it. This is not going to be a back-to-the-basket scoring team this year. Next year?
Yeah.
You got 7'1", 285. Things should be different. But that's next year. That's not this year.
That's going to be big. It's going to be big.
So, it was too many threes, and a good number of those threes were grenades.
Yeah.
And what I'm talking about, getting the ball with 3 seconds left, 3, 2, 1, what you got to do? Shoot it. That's a grenade.
That's a good way to put it, Chris. A grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but from a Coug point of view, get these losses out of the way right now.
We talked about that earlier in the year, Chris.
Yeah, get them out the way right now. And end the season with a 6-game winning streak.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. If this loss, the youngsters learn from it, great. But as long as the season ends with those 6 straight wins, we're not going to, when we're celebrating, we're not going to say, remember February 16th when Houston lost that game, lost a 10-point lead? We ain't going to care. Dan going to be sipping on something, strong. Fluff going to be sipping on his favorite drink. Me too. After I run around
Mimosa. The biggest thing I could get is a mimosa. Y'all want to laugh at me? Champagne and orange juice. That's what I do.
Okay.
Mimosas.
But I want us to celebrate, have a toast here on LRC. So, hey, this stinks. Losing stinks. Losing this way.
This one hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we let this one slip away, man.
Man.
Especially the way that it transpired. It's kind of really looking at like that Spider-Man meme.
Look in the mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. How they play, especially at home.
Nah, they on here saying Sister Taylor scored a goal for the USA hockey team. It's like, oh, that's good. But damn.
Let me see if I can
do that another game.
Yeah, Harwell hasn't had a coming out game yet. He had one. He had one where he shot a lot of shots in the head, but he ain't had no game yet. Not one.
What's the name? Nate Heisey. Looks like on the season he's averaging like making 1 out of 3 threes a game.
He went 100%.
He was 3 for 3 tonight. He has struggled from 3 most of this season, but he was perfect tonight. And hit that clutch 3 in the corner for the go-ahead bucket. That's part of it as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
people are going to play. When you get the Coogs, you're going to give your best. Probably, if you're at a 5, you're probably your potential for that night as a big role player or a big role on your team. You're probably going to play at an 8 when you're playing us because it's just so much smoke. There's so much, notoriety from playing well against us. You might have us one time on the schedule, and you're gonna play out your mind.
But I mean, if you would have told the coaching staff, that Blake Buchanan and Nate Heisey would score more than Milan Momcilovic, it'd be like, oh, we're gonna win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nope. Cyclones won by 3. And we could talk about, like I say, different issues happen throughout the game. Missed call here, missed call there, home court. Well, when Kris scored that layup, that's what it was, the layup, he got hit.
Yeah, he got smacked in the face in the eye.
Yeah, he got smacked in the face. Exactly.
But no call.
It's expected.
So different things like that. I mean, he's looking for his contact. I mean, the contact fell out somehow, didn't fall out on his own. He didn't make, hey, I'm so excited, I'm going to pop out. He got hit in the face. I mean, I think it was Heidi was trying to intentionally foul Kris and didn't call it. But have they posted anything from postgame yet?
Nope. It might be a minute.
So that's, but it was 25-7 bench points. Flip it around. It was 60-45 Houston starters.
20 to 16 points in the paint.
Jeez.
And
and part of that was rotations were like JoJo, Fluff. You touched on it a few times this season when JoJo, he helps when he really doesn't have to help, because he was way out too high one time
on the first three, on the first on the second to last three that Iowa State hit, he jumped way too ahead in that
and a lot of times he's closing out without standing in front of the offensive player.
Yeah.
Like initially going out to play. I think those closeouts should be banned. When you go and just run and jump at it, like Senac, the kid, we hit, I think that's Buchanan hit the three in the corner and Kris contested. Well, sometimes we too late too, meaning like the ball is going and it's your rotation, like, okay, now I'm gonna go. When you already should kind of been on a bounce and know where that next pass is coming, to go. It's your rotation to go.
Yeah, Kris was a step late on that three that Bateman hit in the corner. So rotation weren't as crisp. All those things we talking about defensively, but the offense down the stretch for Houston did not deliver. And that's really in a nutshell. Because, I mean, honestly, when Houston was up by 10 and scored, they were 63-53 with 7 and change to go.
Yeah.
I was speaking for myself. I thought the game was over.
Yeah, it was
Houston
quiet.
gonna win this game.
I did.
It was quiet on the road.
Yeah, too. I can't even lie.
The fans were
I
quiet.
They were gonna make a run.
I thought a run was coming, but I thought the Cougars would answer it. I mean, 63 points. You just score another 8 points. They didn't do that. They only scored 4. But hey, learn from it. Let this loss sting for a while. Move on. Get ready for Arizona on Saturday. Houston fouled too much.
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Samson tell you that. Coach Samson says to Milos Houston, son, we foul here. That's what we do. We foul here.
Yeah.
It's who gets those fouls? Emmanuel Sharp. Let this be the last time you pick up, you foul out of a game in your Houston career. Let this be it. Let this be your last time fouling out in your Houston career. Hell, let this be your last time foul trouble in your Houston career.
Right.
As we begin to wind things down, I want to look at the final box score. Once again, Houston falls 70-67 to Iowa State. On the road, Kingston Flemings led Houston in scoring. He had 22 points, 9 of 15 from the field, 4-6 on threes. He had 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Did have 3 turnovers in the game. Emmanuel Sharp, 16 points. Fouled out, like we've been talking about throughout the show. All those 16 points came in the first half for Emmanuel Sharp. Due to that foul trouble, we picked up 4 of his final 5 fouls in that second half. Milos Uzan had 11 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and Kris Gardner 7 points and 12 rebounds. He was a monster on the glass. 10 of those 12 rebounds came in the second half for Sanak. Like Kris mentioned, Houston off until Saturday afternoon. That's going to be a 2 p.m. Central Time start tip-off against the Arizona Wildcats, who play BYU on Wednesday. So it'll be interesting to see how Arizona bounces back following back-to-back losses. They come into the Fertitta Center, and Houston's going to be looking to avenge this loss on Saturday. That game will be on ABC, so it'll be network television for Houston and another big game. We're part of right in the middle of this tough three-game stretch for Houston. They got Arizona coming up, and then they got Kansas a week from today. So it's a big stretch for Houston.
Yeah, the gauntlet continues. BYU now without another player. Mr. Saunders out for the year with a torn ACL. So more on Devontae and Rob Wright. But here's this. I'm gonna sum up Emmanuel's second half. He picked up his fourth foul. He picked up 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Fluff fighting it, boy. He's fighting it. He's fighting it.
Yo, I love y'all dudes.
But he picked up 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I'm thinking back to college. Man, we would have been all we would have just been getting started after the game. Now, man, I'm at the I don't know what's going on with me. I'm at the age, man, once it hit about 12, it is over. Once it hits 12, it's over. But I got a second win right there with Chris saying that.
But yeah, he sat down at the 14-minute mark of the second half with his 4th foul.
Didn't go back until under the 4-minute immediate timeout.
They showing it right here. That rebound right there is going to have our team and our young fellas in trouble.
Big trouble, man.
That last one, what's his name? Lipsy.
Okay, yeah.
Lipsy.
So he missed it, right?
No, he didn't miss it.
Big man.
Somebody else missed it.
Somebody else missed it.
He got 3.
Buchanan, Blake missed a free throw, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So who was blocking him out?
It was Sanak. Sanak was boxing him out, but I don't know. The play was weird because it was kind of a long rebound.
It was a long rebound
for a free throw.
Not really. It was kind of he made it look long because of where he went.
And then,
but I mean, everybody crashed in.
Well, Houston's players just froze. Nobody went for the rebound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Coach Samson won't care. All Coach care about is we didn't get the rebound. That's what.
That's it.
With much more colorful language than what we're saying right now.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like. Okay. The press conference
they just sent
has
it.
been sent. Yeah.
Whoa! What the heck is this?
Box.com is a different platform, so I'm not sure they.
Let me see if I can share it real quick. We can hear from Kelvin. Nope, I have to download it first.
Yeah. Plus, you're not sure how the volume is and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to sign out, man, shut it down. Join us on Saturday.
Am I what?
You want to shut it down?
What the heck?
Nah, man. I'm listen. Whatever we gotta do.
Andy's trying to get the audio for the press conference.
Hey, let's see if this works. If not, I still might have to download it. But let's. Give me a second here.
But yeah, you don't know how the volume is though.
Well, let's hear it. Can y'all hear it?
Nope.
That doesn't play at all.
Yeah, I mean it's on your computer. So how does it sound to you on your end before it's changing to us?
The audio is good. It's just a matter of download it. Let me try this.
But yeah, I'm not gonna make it because I get up at 4 o'clock. So I'm out.
Wait. Can y'all hear this?
Yeah, we can hear that.
Before we leave, let's get a small snippet. Here's what Kelvin Samson had to say following
Kelvin, the
70 to
play where
67
Kingston
losses.
slipped, down. What were you guys trying to run there, and how much?
Get in the paint and we've run all game. Same stuff we ran to go up 10. He get in the paint and get an angle. He just fell down.
Kelvin, how much do you think Emmanuel's fourth foul kind of changed it? You guys were rolling offensively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's our best shooter, so he was playing good. But those are two really good teams. I'm not going to sit up here and start making excuses. That's not what we do at Houston. We had our opportunities. I thought a big exchange was we missed the 1-and-1, and then Heisey makes the 3 in the corner with 2 on the clock. That's how you win. It's also how you lose. It's, we've been there on that exchange. We came out of a timeout and ran executed well and had a really good look, missed it. So we played good enough to win. I thought our offensive rebounding picked up the second half. Thought we had a good plan for most of the things. You're not going to take everything away. I think we did as good a job as you can do with Monsilovic. His length and his range. But I thought our guys did a good job there. But Iowa State's good. It's not an easy place to come and win. But when you put yourself in a position, it's disappointing. I'm disappointed we didn't win, but I'm not disappointed in our effort. Our kids tried hard, but those little things that we've always been good at. We've always been good at free throw blockouts because we really work hard at free throw blockouts. So that's disappointing. Stepping up and having the courage to, make the plays that need to be made. They did tonight and we didn't, so give them credit.
Kelvin, when Emmanuel went out, you guys, Isaiah hits that big 3, and you guys were able to get some momentum. What did you feel like was working there that maybe didn't?
Yeah, just getting in the paint and spraying it. We were matchup hunting, looking at certain matchups, and we scored. We both scored 40. We scored 40 in the first half. They scored 43, and we both scored 27 in the second half. But those are two of the top 5 or 6 defenses in America. We held them down pretty good in the second half, and they did a good job of holding us down too. But thought our kids fought. We've been in this situation a lot on the road, and sometimes the breaks go in your favor. The nights we win this game, we made the 1-and-1 and they missed the 3. Tonight it was flipped. We missed the 1-and-1 and they made the 3. Sometimes it's simple as that. But we have a ton of respect for TJ and this program, this fan base. I don't know what it looked like on TV, but anytime you get Hilton Coliseum on TV, that's usually pretty good for the Big 12. And I was proud of our kids' effort tonight. So we'll lick our wounds on this one and go home and get ready for another big one on Saturday.
So that was Houston Cougars head coach Kelvin Samson right there. I mean, he hit a lot of the points that we've hit on throughout the show. The key there in terms of the offense down the stretch will work really well when they built that 10-point lead, getting to the paint. That's the key. Didn't do so much down the stretch when Iowa State made it rally. You mentioned the free throw blockout. You seem very calm in the clip, but whenever the practice rolls around, whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know whenever their off day is, but that's going to be a point of emphasis. And ultimately, it's one game, 3-point loss Monday.
Also the free throw shooting too.
Yeah, the free throw shooting as well.
Missed 1 and 1.
Not being able to make plays that Iowa State did, but
The coach was real big on the missed free throw.
Yeah.
With the dude sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
Milos is going to hear it the whole week leading up to the Arizona game.
Missed the free throw in the loss against Texas Tech at home last year, too.
Yeah. Milos won't hear it a lot because he knows it himself. You know, he's got to make the free throws. And you touched on it right there. There have been games he has sealed the deal at the line.
Yeah.
But we can remember the ones that he hasn't, because many of those have resulted in losses.
Yeah.
The handful of losses that Houston has, Milos maybe did not hit the 1 and 1 or make both free throws or whatever. But yeah, disappointing loss. Had a 10-point lead on the road against a very good team. Didn't seal a deal. Get ready for Arizona on Saturday afternoon, 2:00 Central on ABC.
With that being said, that's pretty much going to do it for this edition of Let's Rage Cougs. Be sure you stay tuned to the Potsdam Jamma YouTube channel, where we're going to have full post-game coverage the footage from Kelvin Samson, what he had to say after the game. We'll also hear from the Iowa State perspective and Coach Olzenberger. Chris, how do you say
Olzenberger.
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 Coach Muscles. That's what I call him.
We'll hear what he had to say of Iowa State from the Iowa State perspective after they beat Houston at home in a big Monday night game. Again, the final score from Iowa State: the Cyclones come away with the 70-67 victory over Houston. Houston falls to 23-3 on the season, 11-2 in Big 12 play, and they'll be back in action on Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Central Time tip-off against Arizona on ABC. And that'll be live from the Fertitta Center. So we'll see y'all Saturday. We'll be back. If you're just joining us for the first time ever, be sure you come back on Saturday. We'll be talking about everything that happened between Houston and Arizona come Saturday. Chris, I'll toss it over to you. Any final thoughts and anything you'd like to plug, sir?
Just thank you, everybody, for staying up with us. This hour plus of Let's Rage Cougs after this disappointing 3-point loss to a good Iowa State team. I got to get up in the 4.5 hours, but I'll have some post-game stuff tomorrow. But Houston is 45-6 in the Big 12 after this loss. 45-6. That's pretty good. This loss still stings, though.
That's real good.
But join us Saturday afternoon for our next edition of Let's Rage Cougs. We talk about a Cougs win over Arizona to stay or get back in first place, assuming Arizona beats BYU on Wednesday. But thank you, as always, to Fluff and Andy and Dayon and everybody participating in the conversation, the Iowa State fans as well. Salute to you and your fans, your support of your basketball team, a very good basketball team. Follow me, the Houston Roundbar View on YouTube. We cover the Cougs, Big 12. And since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review, local name, global perspective.
Hey, I want to tell the fans out here, try my best to stay here with you. I'm trying my best to stay here with you. I'm a team player, so I had to finish the game. But what I want to say to all the fan base out there, though, seriously, and alumni is, sometimes we have to keep that fight and that line, and that's even though when we know we're supposed to win. And tonight we were supposed to win, took a loss, and I'm sure we have the best coaching staff, best trainers in the business. So we'll make the adjustments that we need to make to make sure that we're where we're supposed to be on the last game of the season. Want to give a big shout out to the assistant coaches of Goldwire, Price, Bilal, all the assistant coach, Samson on the sideline, and just everybody that helps our kids be ready for the game mentally and physically, because what we don't know about this level is that a lot of times the head coach is just telling you what the expectation is, and you better meet it. So everybody in the middle is helping, keep that train moving. I just want to say shout out to everybody. John Houston keeping the kids healthy. Shout out to the whole University of Houston. I love y'all with all my heart. You know what I'm saying? I know I say it a lot, but I got a second chance. A lot of people, they call it the portal now, and you got the G League, and you got all these people coming from different spots to go to these colleges, and a lot of times on the second try it don't really work. If we really think about it, Chris, a lot of times when somebody transfer portal or before the portal, it ends up ends up leveling off. It's not really, nobody really takes off for that. So I will love the University of Houston forever for that. And I just ask the real fans and the real alumni to stay locked and loaded and be ready for the important season that's about to come up. And let's get this one at Arizona. Let's get Kansas. Let's get the rest of these and get ready to make a run like we always do. Shout to Elm City Elite. Uh, big spring and summer coming up. And, hopefully we got a couple Cougars on the way to Texas soon. You know what it is. Go Cougs.
Man, wise words from Fluff. Shout out to all the alumni. And like you said, ride it out, man. Because I think this is a special team. And I can just see different areas that we just need to clean up a little bit. So I'm glad we're taking some of these lessons right now. And as we get towards the end of the season, like Fluff said, get Arizona, get Kansas, get the Baylor and the Oklahoma State, and then get ready for tournament play, conference, and then the big dance. And I think we got Coach Samson in charge and the right staff around him, and we got the right talent on the floor. And so I think this is the year. Shout out to all the fans, man. We had big numbers on the late show. So shout out to everybody that stayed locked in with us throughout the night. And we're here after every game. Tap in with us. You're looking to partner with us. We can show you plenty of analytics. Reach out to us at letsraisecougs.com. Shout out to Star Piece of the Saxenian Family. And as always, go Coogs.